Hello students, this is class 10th, subject English, and this is my second lecture of poem 6th Amanda. This poem is written by Robin Klein. In first lecture, we have read about the poet Robin Klein, and we have also read the introduction of the poem, and stanza-wise explanation is also completed. So today the topics to be covered, first of all we shall read summary of the poem, then the central idea of this poem, and at last we shall discuss homework solution of lecture 1 of poem 6th Amanda. So let us begin summary of the poem. Summary of Amanda. It is written by Robin Klein. This poem is written by Robin Klein. So let us begin. The poem describes a girl named Amanda and her mother, who is nagging her, who is finding fault in her for her mistakes. She is first pointed out most probably by her mother for biting her nails and for not sitting in the right posture. Means this poem, Amanda, depicts the state of a little girl's mind. Amanda is constantly instructed about do's and don'ts by her elders, and she is told not to bite her nails, she is told not to hunch her shoulders and to sit up straight. Means she is instructed to sit in the right posture. Amanda's mother also feels that Amanda sits in a very lazy manner. To this, Amanda imagines herself as a mermaid who lives a calm and relaxing life in the beautiful green sea. So the girl imagines that she is a mermaid and she lives in an emerald sea. She wants to live there all alone. She wants to live a calm and relaxing life in that beautiful green sea. So she imagines herself as a mermaid. Further, she is nagged. She is asked or she is instructed for not cleaning her room. Means she is asked to clean her room and shoes, and also she is nagged for not doing her homework. She is scolded by her mother as she had not cleaned her room and shoes, and she did not do her homework. So Amanda is told to finish her homework and tidy her room. So she then imagines herself to be an orphan because she is now fed up of being washed by her parents continuously. So Amanda does not like to be instructed again and again by her parents, so she gets lost in her imaginative world and she imagines herself as an orphan because she was now fed up of being washed or being instructed by her parents continuously. She says that she would have enjoyed her freedom then by making the patterns of her bare feet on the sand and would live a peaceful life. She imagines that she is an orphan, that's why she roams in the street, and she says that she will make the pattern of her bare feet on the sand and she would live a peaceful life without any instruction or nagging. Next, Amanda is scolded for eating too many chocolates. She is forbidden from eating a chocolate because she has acne on her face. Acne means pimples. So Amanda is scolded for eating too many chocolates as this causes pimples. She is also scolded for not listening to her mother. So now Amanda thinks of being Rapunzel, a character from a fairy tale, and wants to live in a huge tower like her. In the tower, she will be alone and will live a peaceful life and will never allow anyone to come in. So, as she was instructed again and again, but the girl all the time keeps dreaming of a life of freedom in the open. She dreams of mermaids in the sea, of roaming barefoot in the dusty street, and of the golden haired Rapunzel who lived alone in a high tower. So she takes no note of what is being said to her. She doesn't pay heed to her mother's word because she is fed up. So she wants to be Rapunzel, a character from a fairy tale, and she wants to live alone in the tower. She wants to live a peaceful life. She does not like to be disturbed by anyone. Finally, the mother asks her to stop being moody because she doesn't want anyone to blame her for harassing her daughter. At this time, the poet has not written any reaction from Amanda's side. So she takes no note of what is being said to her. Then she is rebuked. She is scolded for being moody and sulking, means gloomy or sad all the time. This way the girl has been advised, instructed. So in this way we have read in this poem that Amanda actually is the poem of a young girl who does one thing after other, but she is instructed not to do so by her parents. So this constant nagging has made Amanda so sad, so gloomy that she has even stopped to imagine herself as someone else. She used to do so in order to escape from the continuous harassment and dominance of her parents. So in this poem we have seen that we come to know that every child is unique in its own way. So every child is born with some innate qualities. Their upbringing plays an important role in sharpening their personality. So it is the moral duty of the parents to instill good values and moral principles in a growing child. So Amanda shows how a child feels trapped in instructions. She is instructed to do numerous things. Amanda is very frustrated. She wishes to be an orphan. She is even instructed not to eat chocolate because it causes acne. She wants to live alone and lead a carefree life. So children should be reared up with proper care. They need care. Now the central idea of the poem. The poem deals with the upbringing of a small child, Amanda. It highlights the struggles faced by the child. Poet Robin Klein makes an important point that a child should never be denied freedom. A child actually needs freedom. Though it is parents who are responsible for proper upbringing of their child, but that shouldn't make a child feel trapped. Here Amanda is prepared to be acceptable in society, and this training needs her freedom to be cut short. So as the poet tells her, or her mother tells her not to eat chocolate, she considers it to be an infringement of her freedom. She only wants to remain in fantasy, in imagination. Amanda doesn't want to grow up. She wants to remain a child now. So she needs love and proper care. She wants to live a free life. Her imagination is not given enough space, thus making her so angry that she wishes to be an orphan. The continuous nagging has thus made her moody. She was nagged again and again by her mother, means her mother finds faults in her, that's why she became moody. So this is the central idea of this poem Amanda, written by Robin Klein. Now your homework is to read the poem and find out the answers of given questions. So first question is, read the following extract carefully and answer the questions that follow. Extract is, there is a languid emerald sea where the sole inhabitant is me, a mermaid drifting blissfully. So the first question that you have to write, that you have to find out the answer, why are these lines given within brackets? This is the first question. Now next question is, give the word from the passage which means free flowing act of going with the motion and force. C part is, what is the role of mermaid here? And next is, which word in the extract means opposite of sorrowful? Now next, second question, it is, read the last stanza. Do you think Amanda is sulking and is moody? And next question, it is, write a short note on the title of the poem. Title is Amanda. So you have to write a short note on it. So students, these are the question answers. This is your homework. You have to find out the answers. Write these answers in your notebook and send me the snapshots of it. So this is class 10th subject English, and now we are going to discuss the homework solution of poem 6th Amanda. The same poem, lecture 1 is already given to you. Homework was assigned to you. So now we are going to its solution. First question was, how old do you think Amanda is and how do you know this? Amanda's age could be between 10 to 12 years old, means she is a teenager. We can guess this because of the reference to mermaid or Rapunzel. These stories are read by children of age group of 10 to 12 years. And next question is, who do you think is speaking to her? Means who is speaking to Amanda? One of her parents, one of Amanda's parents is speaking to her. We think that probably it could be her mother. We think this because it is a general perception that children are taken care of by their mothers at home. So this is the reason. Third question is, why are stanzas 2, 4 and 6 given in parentheses? Parenthesis is a remark that is added to a sentence, often to provide an explanation. So in stanzas 2, 4 and 6, parenthesis is used to describe the reaction of child Amanda towards her mother's continuous nagging. So these stanzas are given in parentheses because they are the thoughts of the child, and these are given in different condition. So these lines express Amanda's imagination. Now question 4th, who is the speaker in stanzas 2, 4 and 6? Do you think this speaker is listening to the speaker in stanzas 1, 3rd, 5th and 7th. So the speaker in stanzas 2, 4 and 6 is Amanda. No, she is not paying any attention to what her mother says. She is lost in her own thoughts. She imagines herself as a mermaid, an orphan, and Rapunzel. She gets lost in her own imagination. That's why she doesn't pay attention to what her mother says. Fifth question is, what could Amanda do if she were a mermaid? So if Amanda were a mermaid, she would have drifted slowly on a languid emerald sea. She would be the sole inhabitant of the relaxed green sea. So the little girl Amanda wants to be a mermaid and the only resident of the beautiful green sea. She thinks that her life will be very relaxing in the sea and she will be taken away with the currents of water. She will be able to enjoy her freedom. There she will be very happy because there nobody will be instructing her. Now, sixth question, it is Amanda an orphan? Why does she say so? So the answer is no. Amanda is not an orphan, as she is constantly being pointed out by one of her parents in the poem. Orphan means a child without parents. So she wants to be an orphan because she does not like to be instructed again and again by her mother. So she is sad because she is sad and depressed because of the continuous scolding and nagging which she faces because of her parents. Therefore, she feels that it would have been much better and peaceful if she would have been an orphan. Question 7th. Do you know the story of Rapunzel? Why does she want to be Rapunzel? So the story of Rapunzel is of a girl who is captured by an old witch in a tower. The old witch climbs up the tower with the help of Rapunzel's very long hair, which she lets down for her through a window of the tower. So one day a prince visits her by climbing the tower with the help of her long hair. When the witch comes to know this, she separates both of them. But both Rapunzel and Prince meet after a gap of many years and then live their life happily. Means Rapunzel was a fairy and Amanda wants to be Rapunzel because she wants to live alone. Rapunzel lived alone in a tall tower and had long beautiful hair. So she was held captive by a witch. Amanda wants to be Rapunzel because she knew that in the story there was no staircase to enter the tower. It was only possible with the help of Rapunzel's long hair that she would let down to help others to climb. Amanda feels that life in the tower will be very calm and nice, and also makes it a point to never let her hair down for anyone, as she doesn't want to get disturbed by visitors. So that's why she wants to be Rapunzel. Next question. This is also a textual question and very important question. What does the girl yearn for or long for? What does this poem tell you about Amanda? So the girl yearns for freedom and peace in her life. She wants to live alone. If she were a mermaid, she would have wanted to drift slowly on a calm sea where she would be the only inhabitant. So she is constantly reminded of her mistakes her parents wants her to follow the code of conduct of good behavior. They are doing so because they want their child to be well mannered and obedient. So she wishes or she imagines herself to be an orphan also, roaming the street in silence and freedom. So this shows that she is fed up with the continuous scolding she receives from her mother. She wants to go away from her home to some place where she would not be constantly teased or rebuked by anybody and would be able to live peacefully. Actually, she wants freedom. According to her, freedom is needed by everyone, and she also says in the poem that silence is golden and freedom is sweet. According to her, freedom is sweet and silence is golden. Means she wants silence as well as freedom. But while doing this, they forget that she is a child and should be allowed some freedom. Means her parents forget that she is a child and she needs proper care and love and freedom also. The poet has drawn the reader's attention towards the condition of children who are constantly oppressed by their elders in the name of good behavior. So these are the question answers that you have to write in your notebook. I hope you all have understood. So do your homework and send me the snapshots of homework on my email ID, and I hope you have understood what I have been taught to you. If you like our videos, please press like button and subscribe our channel. Thank you.